It's time doing pico-8 game development again. But now I got keycasting, which you can see. At least I thought you were going to be able to see everything I was typing. Let's see. Show keys. Oops. Give me 1 second. It's like right after I started, it disappeared. You know what? I haven't tried it with the capture software. Maybe something else is capturing it. It's like interfering. The two of them are interfering with each other. Give me 1 sec. While I take a look at this. Let's take a look. Screen key. Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay. Hopefully nothing else got messed up. And we're back. Awesome. Sweet. All right. To do shift lines of reflected images right here. All right. All right, let's do this. Sweet. All right. So this part worked. Okay. So now, so we have the negative altitude right up here, somewhere over here. Negative altitude 20. I think this is going to have to be close to like 100, I believe. Let's try this out, see if it works. Alright, 130. We should definitely be able to see it when we're at 130. Okay. Now let's go down to right here. Okay, so now we want to kind of shift all of these things over. So let's figure out how to do that. We've got the shift this thing. Okay, so we're going over here, and we can shift 1 pixel at a time. The default background is, I think there's no default background. So it says 136, 347. So it's all 136. If we do 347, we don't want 7, we want a different color, which is 10. Okay, so 3, 4, 10. And then let's do every 10th one just to start out. So I think we have a token in here somewhere. Let's see. We could put a token in here somewhere. That we have, let's see, token, hit token, cloud token, negative altitude, cloud token. We gotta have something up here that we could use. I don't know, cloud token. All right, where does this get added? It is always increasing by 1, I think. Oh, until a cloud token gets dropped. That should be good. We could use that. SSP, there we go. All right. If cloud token, let's see, mod 4 equals 0, then 34, 10, which is on this one over here, 136. 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're just going to add 1 right there. Every other frame. All right. We'll just try this out, just see if it works. So I think this is still at 100. Oh yeah, that's right. We needed to increase to 130 also. So it's line 258. Oh yeah, negative L2 is 130. All right. And then maybe the put the other thing at 100. I would say the weight. Okay. And then go all the way back up here. Oh, that's why. If then end. I was writing something else right before this. Okay, so if then end, change the weight back to 1 up. Okay, it's back to 1 and then default to 0. Okay, and then we were on line 238, so let's go back over there. Yeah, we were close to that. 258, that's how I meant. Okay, let's try this out. This worked. Ah. There we go. Okay, so I got another thing there and it's always there. I guess it's shifting the pixel, not redrawing it, maybe? Alright, if cloud token mod 4 equals 0. It's drawing it 1 time, but it must not be updating it? Unless it's doing it by like changing a memory address, and then that memory address is static unless you change it back. In which case it used to be, I think it was 0. Okay, so And then this worked. Okay, I could take this out because we know that that worked. And then we can take this one out because it worked. And then we'll set that back to 0. Oh, else, yeah. All right, load. Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, so that's flashing a little too fast. It's got to kind of, expecting it, you know, kind of get some type of shift going all the way up and all the way down, but that might be difficult to do. We might need a whole bunch of scan lines to do it in, like a whole bunch of for loops and everything. But so for right now, we're going to do that, and then 136, and then we want this to happen regularly. So it's going to stay there for a couple of frames, get removed for a couple of frames. We're probably going to need a water shimmer thing. So this is getting it from draw skyline. Token. All right, and then SSP over there. Okay, so I'm thinking having this water shimmer token kind of control whether this thing is going to, you know, appear or not. I think that's what I'm thinking. So that's going to be the next thing. So we want to count up to 4 and then flip it, and then we could do like +4 and -4. Well, that's only 4 frames. We want to probably do it every half second. So count up to 15. So I guess you could do +15, -15, yeah. So if water shimmer token equals, hang on 1 sec. Yeah, probably should have muted that. Thought I saw something on this mic over here, but all right. So if the water shimmer token is equal to 0, is equal to 15, then draw that, and then subtract water shimmer token plus minus equals 1, and then else if water shimmer token is equal to 0, then set it back, and then plus equals 1. Okay, let's try this. So it should kind of blink on and off. No, it's not going to equal 0. It's going to be like less than. So if it's greater than, yeah, I think greater than 0. Greater than 0 if water shimmer token is and then all right, if it's greater than 0, then show this and keep adding 1. The water shimmer token is Let's see, how do we like go up and then go down? Users. Let's see. So first we want to keep going up. If it's greater than 0, we want to keep going up. If we hit 15, then we want to reset back down. And then if we're down, we want to keep going back up. So we want to flip back and forth. I'm thinking we take this out of the calculation out of here, pop it over here, and then if it's less than 0, if it's greater than 0, do one thing, if it's less than 0, do the other. Actually, we could do it this way. Local display, shimmer display equals 1. Shimmer token equals 1. Equals that, and then if the water shimmer token, it'll keep going up, and then I'll clean this up in a second. Let me just get this down, and then shimmer display display, okay, and then the water shimmer token. Okay, so local shimmer display is 1. That's going to happen every single time, so we can't do that. Actually, we could just call that 0 because it doesn't matter because we're going to reset it over here anyway. Okay, so the water shimmer token is going to keep going up. If it's above 15, well, if it's greater than 0, then you want to keep adding. If it's less than 15, then you want to keep adding 1 until it hits to a certain value. Okay, so if it's greater than 0, then you want to keep adding 1 until it's, now then if it's is equal to 15, is greater than 15, then shimmer token is greater than 15, then what do I want to do here? Set it to negative 15, and then it continues to be equal to 1, but then it's going to immediately flip. I don't want it to immediately flip. I want to have a counter. I guess you'd have to do this with 2 counters. You'd have to go 1 counter in one direction and then flip it until it hits again. No. Oh, I see. Alright, we could probably get rid of all of this. And get rid of this. And then replace this with the water shimmer token. Water shimmer token, and then delete all of this and water shimmer token over there. Okay. Got that. Now we can every 15, mod 15, I guess. So equals -1, and do that. Water shimmer token is 1. If cloud token mod 15 equals 0, then water shimmer token times equals -1. Okay. I don't know what the difference is between doing that and 15, but I don't know. We'll see if it just blinks now, and then we'll take a look at it. It's every half second. It's not bad. So that's every half second. So we probably don't even need this water shimmer token. We could probably just replace that with the other one. Oh, I see. So every 15, it's going to do that, but it's going to flip every 15. So you do need this, because otherwise it would blink out as soon as it wasn't true. So I see why I have to do that now. All right, so now they all have to just go in a line. You have to either display them all or not, but they're going to have to be shifted to the right somehow. I think. Let's take a look at this sprite again. Let's see. So there we go. Okay, so we're dealing with this one over here. We're dealing with that thing over here, and then it's being flipped. So we have to go to the right and turn them all off, I guess. But it's not all of them. It's like every other line. So all in a row. So this is the x value. So everything from 0 to 7 in x has to get turned off to 0. But it's not. So it's 0 to, it's all the evens. They all have to get turned off for all the evens. And it's this value. But then it's every single one for the y value. It's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we need a whole bunch of for loops over here. Yeah, or just 2 for loops. For I equals 0, 7, do for j equals 0, 7, do. And it's not And so it's 0,7 for the i's in the the x values. It's not just I and j. It's only the evens. So I think we could do 0,6 and then every 2. And then let's do I and j over here. All right, we'll see how the performance is on this thing. I don't see it changing at all. Okay. Wait a second, I see it. Trying to like zoom in, but I can't zoom in over here. So it's showing it, but only for some of them, which is weird. Yeah. But it's supposed to be 0, and then every single j, but that's not happening. It's happening for all of them except a couple of them. And it's got to be all of them across the entire board. Which this is sprite based, but we really want it line based. We actually know what. So this is the sprite value. That's the sprite value. Okay, and then it's drawing all of them in the opposite direction. So in the opposite direction, it's got to draw with, well, it has to draw with 10 optionally, but optionally it's like just not going to do the thing that it was originally going to do and draw the original color, but I say. So that's what it's drawing. It's drawing all of the Y lines, but we don't want to do that. We want to do the opposite then. So we wanted this 0 to 7, and then we wanted this 0, 6, 2. And that should get us all the X lines. I thought. Okay, so for every X in a row, and then skip a Y? Yeah, why is it going? Yeah, why is it going down? Okay, let's see. All right, 0. X, so Y is 0, and then X is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Skip 2, skip this whole line, which is this Y value, don't draw it for that Y value. And then keep Y constant. Oh, I see why. Because this one is going up. No. This one should be cycling through 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So it has to go. This one has to be increasing. This one has to be constant. So if I just swap these two, then that should work. At least I thought that was the way it was going to work. Apparently not. I is 0. This one is 0. I is 1. This one is still 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see this. This is x and y. X, Y, and the color. Okay, so that's X, that's Y. J 0 to 7. Okay. Oh, there it is. I, J, unless that's the opposite. Okay. Okay, all of this in a row. So 0, 0. This one is 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4, 0, 5, 6, 0, 7. Okay, next one. Draw that one just fine. Next time, only do this one. 2, 0, 2, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I think that's what this one does. But for some reason, we're getting all in a line like this. 1, and then we're skipping 1, and we're getting them in this line over here. Wait a second. The x's. So maybe I had it right the first time. Where this was. This is I. There we go. So we kind of want to shift it 1 over. But this is just like redrawing the sprite. You're already positioning it correctly over here. Maybe we don't need to, we just need to draw it, shift it over somewhat. 0, 40. How does this SPR thing work? SPR right over here. Okay. Ranger sprite, the X coordinate, the Y coordinate. What if we just altered the X coordinate that it appeared? Maybe that would be sufficient. Every other one, like right over here, all of these. All right, let's take this and comment all that out. Take this, paste that over here. Yeah, we don't need that. Let's grab this stuff, yank that, paste that over here. All right, so this is the and the X value. X value is determined over there, so let's just add 10 over here and see what it looks like. And obviously we have to comment this out. Okay, so it doesn't have to be 10, it just has to be like 1 over. 1, 41, 81, 121. And then you could draw a full line. -1, 39, 79, and 119. And then you can draw waves, which are just water, which are just horizontal lines that kind of go in and out around it. So we probably don't even need this thing at all. Or this thing. Okay, so down here we have we could have small lines. Clouds, draw a skyline. There's rectangle fill. Where's the line? I'm sure we draw lines. Draw sky. Here it is. Line. All right, so this is 130. The background height 32. So let's draw one line. I'm using it, but I don't remember like what all of the things are called over there. Can't figure that out. So let's figure this out. Pico-8 line. All right, x0, y0, x1, y1 color. All right, so x0, y0, and then it goes till x1, y1. And the color, I always know the color, which is 1. Okay, so x0, y0. There we go. All right, then on top of this, we're going to draw a simple line of 0, comma, 20, 128, 24. I think it really doesn't matter right now. Comma 1. Just take a look at this, see what it looks like. Can't really see where it's ending up. All right, 0 to 20. Oh, I see. It's like a diagonal line. It has to be the exact same. So it can't be 0 to 128. These have to be exactly the same. And that's all the way up top. Oh, there it is. I see it all the way up top. So it's got to be close to the bottom. It's got to be like 120 and then 120 over here. And that's going to be a straight line across, and that's gonna, but this one has to be horizontal. So let's do from 40 to 80. Should be right in the center of the screen, but close to the bottom. There it is. See it down there? It's like cutting between a couple of buildings. Okay, let's do 20 to 80, so we can see if we can extend that. I think the shimmering is probably not gonna, this part is probably not gonna be needed at all. You'll probably just do this with this line effect. And then we don't need, well, we may need this to do the shimmering effects. So let's just see this. Okay, so that's that. So this has to go, all right, let's see. So this is, we're just trying to get this thing so I can just count pixels. All right, it's probably not gonna work over there. There we go. Okay. Let's count these pixels. So this is 128, 127. Where am I? Yeah, okay. 128, 127, 126, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20. Wait, hang on. 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, 20. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. So 113 to 128. All right, 113 to 128. Got that. All right. Hi, everyone. How you doing tonight? Everybody doing good? All right. So let's do one. So it's got to go from. So for I equals 0, comma, no, I equals 113 to 128. And that's not I, that's really like J. So I is going to be, well, I is going to be all over the place. I is going to be from 0 to 128, and so this has to be J. For I, oh, but we got to replicate that. It shouldn't really matter, though. 0 to 128. But it's not going to be all of them. It's only going to be some of them at some of the time. So it's going to be some of the lines. Some of the time. All right, so if the water shimmer token equals 1, then do this for loop. Otherwise, do the other for loop. Else if water shimmer token equals -1, then do the other for loop and then end. This thing has to get ended. For 128. Okay, so this is go by, one has to be odds and one has to be evens. So you got to do it by 2 and by 2, but over here we're going to go from till, we're going to go evens first and then odds. This has to be like 129 or 127. And then this one has to be 114 to 128. Go by 2s. So one's odds and one's evens. Do, and then we do every odd line first, then every even line next, or even line first, then every odd line next. And then do this, and then 120. And then this is the X value has to go only over some of them, but the Y value, it's got to go from, well, let's see, your Y is going to be your J. So it's always going to be J, and that's always going to be the same. But your X line is going to vary. So now we're going to do 20 to 80. Now we should see something happen. Okay, it looks like it's doing the thing properly, but we can only do some of them at the same time. So, and then they have to for every iteration, they have to either be a certain size or they have to be like less of a size. So you have to go from like 20 to 80, and then you have to go from like we could probably do it on diagonal. You could probably do it off of a multiple of j, and then it's only going to go in at the far end. So we probably have to use I, but then do a random multiplier. And then we also need a distance between the two of them. So we have a little bit more math to do. All right, so for I equals, they're only going to be 4 pixels wide at the max, and then they're going to be 2 pixels. Yeah, it's going to be like 1 pixel. No, it could be 0, 2, 4, or 6. So 0 to 6, 0, 2, 0, 2, 4, 6. Okay. So that, and then this is going to be 0. And then this is going to be I. And that's the position. But then this has to get multiplied. This has to get multiplied by something. I times equals 4 t 4 minus 2, something like that. I forget how we're supposed to do that. Oh no, I think it's floor 4 minus 2. Yeah, something like that. Oh, and then I need this thing also. Right over there. And then this needs an end on it. And this one needs an end on it too, probably. Okay, let's try this out, see how it works. Yep, A, right over there. That's weird. Okay, let's do 20 and then 26. See if this moves over at all. And then this one will do the same thing. We got some type of shimmering effect, just like too jittery. So, and we have to extend it a little bit more, maybe? All right, so what's causing the jitteriness? Probably this random. Because on every other iteration, it's going to choose one, but we almost need which ones to like pre-select it, or they have to stick around for a little bit longer. All right, how do we... Well, this happens every iteration. What a shimmer token is this? That one's going to happen every iteration. Oh, but that one's going to happen. It's only going to select a new value for that over here. I don't know. Do we do this over here? I equals local null equals 0. And then, like, as a multiplier? I don't think this is going to work. All right, let's try that multiplier. Yeah, so at every time step they have to grow and shrink. You know what we could do? We could call them all into objects. I feel like there's a better way of doing that though than making them all objects with their own length and height, contraction. Like they would expand and retract. So let's see, how do we do this now? Shimmer token 0. Do. All right. 4. All right, if the water shimmer token is 1, and then do this one. So we probably don't even need this thing because we're going to do this on every single turn. And we don't need this multiplier. We need to pick a random spot, and then based on the value of something, we either show it or we don't show it. And if we show it, then what stage is it going to be in? Water shimmer token is equal to 1. So place them all in random locations. If you're going to show it, you need a state for that. So I'm thinking this is the only way. Can't think of another one. That's a pattern that works. We have it here. Why not use it? We could try it. I mean, you know, we'll just try it and see what happens. All right, water shimmer. Draw skyline. Okay. Shimmer. And we probably want to place it at a random location, so we probably need an X and a Y value. And then we're probably going to use that as like the init value. Add water shimmer. X equals init, and then Y is Y init. X equals X init. Y equals Y init. Or we're going to have a draw function. We're going to draw a line. And the line is not going to change its Y value at all. Right? Yeah. The Y value is going to stay the same. Self.y. Oh, and the X value is going to be X state equals 0. X state equals 1. No, X state equals 0. And then the X state is going to be local self X minus self.x state, and then the other side of the X is going to be self X plus self X state. It's going to be self X plus self.x state. And then that's going to be it for the draw function. And then we need an update. Okay, and then the update function is going to add 1, and it's going to take 1 on each side until it hits, so it's 1 and 1, so that's 2, 4, 6, and then it's going to go back. So what I want is, so it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, and then as soon as it hits 0, so the first state is going to be X self.x state plus equals 1 if we need like an X modifier. Yeah, we gotta call it x mod. X mod is 0, and then x state is going to be so x mod is going to be 0, and then x state is going to be 1 or 0, whether it's going to be addition or subtraction. So we're going to start out with addition, and then we're going to move into subtraction. So then self.x mod, if self.x state equals 1, then self.x mod is +1. And if self.x mod is greater than 6, then self.x state is equal to -1. And then over here we need else mod minus equals 1. And then if self dot oh no, it's not going to be 6, it's going to be 3. And then if self.x mod is if self.x mod is less, no, if self.x mod is less than 0, then delete water shimmer, self, and okay. Oh, supposed to have an end over here, but where's this? That one's good. This one matches up with this one. Oh, I think we. Yeah. Okay. So let's take a look at this. All right. If and if this and draw function self. Okay, so we're missing something over here. Oh, function. Yeah, there it is. It's this thing right here. And then that end should, yeah, there we go. It goes away now. Okay, so we got that. And now, now we just have to add the new shimmer. So for every, now for every half second, we can add a new shimmer. So do the same thing that we're used to doing over here. Water shimmer token is 1. Okay, we could just rewrite this over here. If cloud token mod 15 every half second, do that. Then add new shimmer at a random x value and a random y value in between what do we say? Yeah, 113 and 128 for the x, and then, or no, for the x it's 0 to 128. So floor 128 for the x value, and for the y value it's floor of 128 minus, oh, and then that's a random, and then for random 128 minus 113 for the Y value. Yeah, that should be good. Okay, add new shimmer. And then for every step, animate it, I think. And then that should be it. And then every step, probably take something from the bottom over here, which is yeah, this thing right here. For W in all water shimmer, I think it's called. Yeah, water shimmer. Water shimmer. Do W draw. Which one comes first? Is it draw or update? I think update comes first, and then draw comes second. But we can check that right now. Yeah, update comes first, and then draw. Okay, W colon update and W colon draw. Okay. All right, let's try this out. Absolutely nothing. Yeah, so we got nothing there. Let's see. Oh, actually, do we get nothing, or are we just looking in the wrong spot? Yeah, I don't see any updates happening. Alright, so add new shimmer, X in it, Y in it, line. Okay, subtracting 1, adding 1, subtracting 2, adding 2, subtracting 3, adding 3. And the next go around, if self dot state, x state is 1, and then it's -1, and then subtract 1. Yeah, self.x, x in it, that should take this value right here, unless we're doing this floor rand thing wrong. RND 128. Yeah, it looks like that's correct. Floor rand 128. Okay, so then we're adding the new shimmer every half second. And then we should be updating it. And then we're drawing this, the original x value to the original y, and then the self y is always the same. Oh, it's the y value is the height. Yeah, and the x value is from the beginning to the end. We could increase the frequency. See if it shows up. Oh, there it is. I see it all the way up there. Yep, that's exactly what we want. Okay, so that's showing all the way up at the top because it's showing up anywhere in a random position because of the y value. So we can't do 128 minus 113. It's got to be 128 minus whatever that difference is. Python. All right, so 128 minus 113 is 15. So it's got to be 128 minus 15 then. And that should put it at the bottom of the screen. Alright, well now it's showing up all over the place. So how do we section it off between just 128 and... The y values always go up and it's increasing. The x value, we do want it to show up anywhere in the x spectrum. So 128 minus x state. Oh, hey. Yoda dog. X state never flips. Yeah, this x state thing. I have the x state thing flipping over here. Self x state. If the self mod is greater than 3, because we keep adding one. So self.x state is 1, and then self.x mod is always going up 1, and then if it's greater than 3, then we flip the state. So this is always false, and now we're subtracting 1, and then if x mod is less than 0, then we delete it. So eventually it'll clean up itself in RAM. So this thing over here, I'm just trying to get the positioning of the initial x state. Oh, because that's the y. No, that's the y. The initial, yes, I want it to be 0 to 128. Go all the way across over here. But over here, I want it to be between the bottom of the screen and then 15 on the top over there. So now it's showing up all over the place. Yeah, 0, 0 is top left, and then right, all the way on the right is 128 in the x direction, and all the way on the bottom is 128 in the y direction. And according to this thing right here, somewhere over here, it's like random. Pico-8 R&D. Got it right off this wiki. There it is. Floor random plus 1. A random integer between 1 and 6. Okay. So I had this before and it wasn't working. A random integer between 113 and 128. So I had that before. Oh yeah, so it's showing all the way up to the top, which is like the opposite of what I want. I kind of want this water shimmering effect at the bottom. And that is the y in it right over here. That's the initial y value. And that line is being drawn at self.y. So I think that this is not working the way I think it's supposed to be working. Right over here. Add new shimmer. Random integer between 1 and 6. And it's giving me a random integer between, wait a second. There it is. It's not minus 113, it's plus 113. Is that what this thing said? Yeah, plus. That's it. There we go. Yes, that's close. That's very close to what I want. But we need more. We need more shimmers, so we have to do this on every frame. We may even have to do it more than once every 30 seconds. And then yeah, it was the plus. I was subtracting it because I was like, oh, 128 minus, and then I'm thinking it's between that value, but it's not between that value because random R&D is 0 to 128. So it's giving me a random integer anywhere between 0 to 128. If it gives me a 0 to 128 and then you add 113 to it, it'll be a random integer between 128 and, well, I guess it would be 128 plus 113, which would be a random integer farther away than that than what you want. But that's what this thing is saying. Probably because, because R&D gives you a value of, no, wait a second, hang on. If max not supplied, it defaults to 1. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm confused now. But it seems to work. So, and that one seems to work also. So now I need to do this a few times for every time. So for I, for I equals 0 to 5, do. Well, you would want your range. You want plus lower bound. Yeah. So the lower bound is 113. I mean, I guess I really don't care if I go above 128, but I would prefer if it gives me a 0, it's going to be 113, and then it can go up to 15, so that would be it, I guess. I would be looking for something like that then. Oh, yeah, I would be looking for something like that then. And then let's comment this out for a second. Number between 50 and 100, I do range 100 minus 50 plus 50, yes. Yeah, so I probably want something like that. Yeah, there we go. Like that. They are moving a lot faster than I normally want, though. So we probably want to update this on every other loop. We probably want to update this. So if cloud token mod 2 equals 0, then update and draw. And do that. And now it's all like jittery. Because sometimes it's appearing over here and then sometimes it's not appearing. I wonder what would happen if I put this inside of the else. Unless the entire thing would be very irritating. Yep, that's what I thought was going to happen. All right, so let's not do that. Okay, so sometimes it's drawing it, and then sometimes it's not drawing it at all. We kind of need it to stay static. Over here, not update as rapidly. So we probably don't want to. We probably want to run the draw every loop, but we don't want to. We want to run. Well, we don't want to run the update every loop. but we do want to run the draw every loop. So it always draws. Alright, be right back. 1 sec. Back. Alright, so we want to update even less often than that. And we probably want more shimmers. Double the amount of shimmers that we have. I believe it's an and. Yeah, there we go. Volume. Need more volume. There's no color difference. I think that's a problem also. We need like every other one to have a different color as well. Let's see. 0,2. We could do 0,1 and then color. Oh, no, we can't type in color. C in it. And then C equals C net. And then I could do this one is self.c. That should track the initial color through the entire thing, and then it'll be a 0 or a 1. Almost, I mean, it almost looks pretty good. We probably don't even need the blue at that point. Yeah. Probably get rid of the blue completely. And then just go with 0. So we don't even need that anymore. And then we can get rid of this. Just set that to 0. There's some weird artifacts that I'm seeing somewhere. Okay, we're really close in over here. Alright. Gotta find out where these weird artifacts are coming from. Okay, so we're adding new shimmer over here. We're updating in every frame. To do shift lines of reflected images right here. Don't really need to do that. Is it this palette swap over here? There's some weirdness going on somewhere over here. It has to do with these yellow lights flashing in and out. Where it's like happening on every update instead of every other update. It's probably this. It's probably this mod 4. Mod 5 is not going to be good either. Mod 3. Yeah, that's even worse. Mod 7. Is that a prime number? No. It isn't. Or I guess it would be only things that are divisible by 7, which there are more. Unless it is a prime number. I don't remember. It doesn't look as smooth though, the animation. I'm sure there's a sweet spot somewhere over here. The other thing that's weird is that they're appearing next to each other. They should probably appear on alternating lines over here. So for every one of these, it should appear on an even, and then the next one it should appear on an odd. Probably do that over here somehow. Now let's see, you're choosing a random number for there. So let's see, we need... I'm not sure if it's going to fix the issue,
but right now we're getting like clumps of these kind of waves, and it's not really, you know, I guess it's not looking as sinusoidal as it could. So you'd want them on separate lines probably, I'm thinking. So how do we do that? Let's see. It's appearing on a random integer between 15, so 15. Then we're adding the floor of 113. So 113 plus that, 128. That's where it's appearing on the x value. We don't care about, or the y value. We don't care about the x value as much, but we care about this y value of which line it's appearing on. So if you're on a 0, we should be an even. And if you're on a 1, we should be an odd. So if the value of this happens to be even, so this could be local r, I guess for random, equals this. If r mod 2 is equal to 0, is not equal to 0. No, if it equals 0, oh yeah. If r mod 2 is not equal to 0, and I is equal to 1, it's not equal to 0 and I is 1. Now, if it's equal to 0 and I is 1, then we should probably add 1 to it. R plus equals 1. Then, and okay. And then this is probably R is over here. So I still see them appearing on similar lines next to each other, but I guess it's happening less often. That's probably because it's happening twice every single time. It's happening, it's like this one is that one, and then it's not alternating. We could do it the opposite way also. If it is a else if r mod 2 is not equal to 0, and I is equal to 0, then r minus equals 1. No, then we want to probably add 1 also. But then that doesn't make any sense. Or does it? I guess it doesn't matter, because you're gonna, you know, either way we go, it's just gonna be the same thing. You always get to an even number or an odd number by going up or down 1, so that doesn't work. I'm sure this is not going to work either, but this and confuses the logic. But so we could probably get rid of this and 1 and n equals 0, and then just, well, then in any other case you'd be adding 1 also. So that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, that doesn't help anything. Not sure if it makes it any better though. Let's take a look. And it's also flickering. I see a ton of flickerings for some reason. I want to know why. Why is it flickering? All right, let's see. Okay, so we're always drawing this line, unless the line is not supposed to be drawn at all. And then we're updating this, drawing the line every single time, every single frame. Then update the line on every frame, on every, when it says based on the mod. And then not the mod, I guess this is modification. I guess that's not the best word because I'm doing the mod over here. Okay, so every divisible by fifth cloud token, update that. Right? X mod plus equals 1, X mod minus equals 1. But now we've got them appearing on the same line. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, so it's got to be something related to this. Okay, so if it's divisible by 2, if it's even, that's 1, then add 1 to it. So it's not even anymore, only for the evens. But if it's odd, and it's supposed to be even, then make it even, or let it be odd. Oh no, we only want odd numbers over here, and we only want even numbers over here. But they're not alternating. Because this gets called multiple runs. So maybe we just need less of them. We don't need this for loop at all. Let's see what happens if we just do that. And push this back to the way it was over here. So there's less of them. They do flicker for some reason. Some of them aren't. lost. Trying to get a feel for when they're flickering. They're going in and out of it. There's gotta be a solution over here. CPU doesn't seem to be affected, which is good. Yeah, I think just doing one actually makes it look a little bit better. I'm not sure about this flickering, but let's see, cloud token. I think we figured out that this one was chosen for the flickering, that 5, and everything else was worse. Alright, and then this updating happens. Alright, let's take a look at this updating. Okay. Mod 1, -1, and then that's controls the state of whether you're adding or deleting. And if you're 0, then you delete it. Alright, so this one, subtract y self x mod self x minus self x mod beginning plus self x mod go up to 3, so then they go up to 6, and then y it stays the same, color 0. I mean, like right now it looks almost okay. All right, and then it's probably it still probably has something to do with this and this interacting with each other, and that's why I'm getting this weird flickering. Yeah, that's what it's gotta be. So, I'm like super staring at this thing. What if they're choosing the same number and they're interacting with each other? updating the same patch of the screen because the new one is, as the either old one is going away or the new one is there, they're updating the same patch of screen at the same time because we're just doing it random. So a new one could be trying to draw, but then you know, like the one that was there was trying to draw a little bit above, but then a new one is getting dropped right in the middle of that one and then trying to draw itself, and it's overwriting that one, and then there's this flickering going on. So if that's happening, we have to choose a point that nobody else is on. And in that case, why not just have like a grid or something like that, or like, you know, some type of predefined field where you're going to drop this stuff. So we could do that. Let's see, the other thing that we could do is check, but over here we're dropping them at random spots in the X and the Y direction. So where do we want to put it? All right, add new shimmer. Shimmer X in it, Y in it. Draw. Update. Self.xmon. Alright, so I don't think it matters as much over here. But it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be overriding the other one. Although even though it looks like it is, because it should just be drawing a line by itself. So why would, when you're drawing a line, would another line interact and write over it? Doesn't make any sense. Unless one of these other things are causing it to flicker. But the layers, the way that the layers go, it should be drawing on top of it. And we're calling draw down here. So I'm assuming they write over each other. Negative altitude. It's greater than 20. Yeah, I don't want to draw this unless I'm drawing the skyline. Unless I pull it out of draw skyline and update it somewhere else. I don't want to do that. There we go. Draw skyline. Okay. Try pulling it out of here. I don't think that would have an effect, different effect, because I guess over here we're clearing the screen each time. But I think that's how it's supposed to work. Yeah, it's almost like they're going like this, and they're not fully making it there. I don't think this is gonna work. Yes, probably not. Doesn't fix the problem. It just makes everything super fast. I have to fix all my calculations for that. I didn't want to go this fast. Alright. Makes the problem more apparent. It could be the line drawing is not as efficient as I think it is. But it seems to be like appearing and disappearing really rapidly. Alright, the other thing it could be is the math over here could be wrong. And what could be happening is it's going into negative numbers, which is just messing it up. So let's stare at this really hard then. Okay, so self.x, self.x mod. It wouldn't be doing that. Oh, but this value plus 1. Okay. And then this. Okay, so minus a negative is going to add it. So they're probably reversing or something when it's in state 0. So basically it's which state it is in. It's whether you're subtracting on one side and adding on the other side, or subtracting that and adding that. So if we move the logic into the draw, that might, of whether you add or subtract, it might improve that, I feel like. Alright, so if self.x is, if the state is 1, then you're growing in that fashion, and then you want to subtract 1 on this side and add 1 on the other side. But if you're x mod, could leave this here with that. Zero. Self.x state, get rid of that mod over here. So you want to subtract, you want to subtract 1, 2, or 3, depending on what the mod is, and add 1, 2, or 3. But then if you're in this state, you want to subtract 3, 2, or 1, and then you want to add that, but you never want to subtract it. You never want to reverse it. So how does that work then? Alright, if self.x state is 1, then we want to track 3, 2, or 1. And then delete. Now, we probably want to do something else. If self.xmod is greater than 0, then we want to draw it. Otherwise, we don't want to. That's probably it. Oh, wait. There we go. If self.xmod is greater than 0, draw it. Okay. That was it. All right, now let's go up over here and reset that negative altitude back to, I don't know, 30. Probably have to go back up to 15 to test this out. gets when the buildings start to come up. So the cloud's gonna run in front of it. Yeah, so that's what happens. The buildings, it appears in front of the buildings, which I don't want to happen. So this has to be at a different layer then. Right over here. It's drawing over there. And then this has to appear, the buildings have to appear afterwards. BG height plus 32. So does this have to appear at BG height? Along with this is sprite, and then that is the X value. Oh, SPR. How do they define that? NX, Y, W. X coordinate, Y coordinate. Okay. So that's the Y coordinate of where it's going to appear. Below the below this level, background height is less than 64. Then background height and dodge is less than 64. Background height times 2. If it's less than 64 and the dodge state is 1, then the background height is equal to 64. Let's do this for a second. Let's see, BG height plus 32. Maybe that's what we want. Let's see, like, when, if it appears and when it appears. Alright, so let's see it. Alright, so now it's showing up over here. Ah, and that is not the correct place that we want it. Because we're flipping it, we're getting flipped. Alright, so we've got to just add a few to get this to not appear where we want it. Do we have to add 32, or do we have to add another 13? So it was like 13 up. Maybe 13 up. That would probably be good. And then that's probably going to be where we want it. Right in the middle of the screen. I see something there. We're almost there. Alright, we're almost there. Alright, so I think we're at the bottom. Yeah, we're there at the bottom. So it's 13. 1, 2, 3. 16. They're going down too fast. Because now I'm down there. I think that was good. Let me do one more run through. Got hit. Clip me right at the edge. Alright. Alright, almost there. It's like concentrating. Got hit. Ah, now there's the break. Okay. We're not in drone airspace anymore. And we're about to see a building. Oh, there it is. That's it. It tracks with the parallax scrolling. That's insane. That's it. All right, that one I think is done. Shimmering water, done. Finish level, negative altitude, 175. And then transition up in front of the city. Park, green grass, puddle next to it, hit the puddle, huge splash animation. Altitude bar, and then we're done with this level. And then stage 2 and stage 3. Huge droplets, mountaintop, mountains, distance. Okay, I think that's good. Huge droplets, mountains in the distance, and I think that's it for this one. Raindrop to do. Yeah, got shimmering water working. All right, I think that's it. Thanks for hanging out, and I will see you next time. Follow, like, subscribe, all those things, and thanks a lot. Bye.